tradition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls, 'cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
Good morning and welcome to Jaguar News. I am Miss Jankowski, and that was Phoebe, the Wonder Pup, who just decided to join us. This week on Jaguar News, we are going to be showing our talents with Black History Month ideas, and I hope you enjoy our baking segment and our facts on athletes and a little information about the Black Panther and a couple more tidbits too. After spring break, we will start up again. There won't be any JAG news for next week because of finals. We hope you have a safe spring break, and we look forward to hearing from you on social media. Thank you.
That I've made on Black athletes who have made a big impact on sports history. What they did was very brave and very big for the Black community. And in honor of Black History Month, I'm making this video. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and peace out.
Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
I hope you guys enjoyed this slideshow. It was just a little piece I put together for Black History Month. You know, those are 5 athletes that are, did big things for the Black community and sports history, and it just changed, a lot of stuff in life. So I hope you guys enjoyed that slideshow, and till next time.
Hello, my name is Cassidy Randalls, and I'm going to share with you the evolution of African American music. This evolution sadly starts during the slavery times through message songs. The slaves would sing gospels and spirituals, dreaming of their freedom one day. And then they would also mix in these message songs where they would send a message to the other slaves without the massa catching on. Once independence was won, we get the birth of the blues, because once the slaves were released, they had nowhere to go and they were desperately poor. Through the depression and poverty, we get the blues. The blues were simple melodies and plain songs, and were designed to share grief with others. The first more upbeat sound were heard in barbershop quartets. Yes, barbershop quartets were originally African American. A barbershop quartet is exuberant tunes done by a 4-part harmony and a cappella. They were almost exclusively Black. The reason for that being because at the turn of the century, almost all barbers were Black. It was an occupation that was open to African Americans who didn't want to work in the fields. During World War I, a new sound began sweeping the entire world. Starting in New Orleans, playing from coast to coast, we get jazz, which was the instrumental equivalent of a barbershop quartet. As all popular and mainstream things are, and surely to spawn variations. In Kansas City, Charlie Parker introduced brass to jazz, bringing in swing rhythms and saxophones and trumpet. In Chicago, the first jazz soloists appeared. Many, like the iconic Louis Armstrong, would become famous in their own right. And in New York, The jazz swing rhythms were amplified into full-scale orchestras. Beginning in Detroit, a new sound emerged. The swing era sound picked up a faster beat, more bass, fewer instruments, and burst onto the music world known as rhythm and blues, or R&B. This was pioneered by a small record company in Detroit called Motown. Motown signed groups like the Supremes and Chili's and solo stars like Ray Charles and Ella Fitzgerald. This would become the predominantly black genre all the way up until the 1980s, where problems with urban living reached a catastrophic level. Poverty, crime, drugs, violence threatened to tear apart the fabric of American life. And once again, in poverty, a new form of music was born. It skipped instruments and just used lyrics and a bass beat. This would be our early forms of rap music. It became most popular when it morphed into hip hop and returned some instruments into the mix. While some hip hop is still vulgar and raw, reflecting the hard life on the streets, many artists have moved on to more mainstream. Thank you for listening to An Evolution.
How did you feel when you found out that he was going to be playing the role of Black Panther in the upcoming movie?
Tell me something. What do you know about Wakanda?
When I first found out about Black Panther, I was very excited and very happy that we were gonna have a first, major black hero, and the movie is gonna showcase, a lot of African culture, and I thought that was really great and cool, something that we need to show in the media more.
They looked for it in South America, but it was in Africa the whole time.
How did you feel when you found out that he had cancer for the past 4 years of his life?
When I first heard of his death, I was very devastated because, not only because I wasn't aware of it, it just came to a shock because, my uncle actually notified me about it, and I went online and I found out he had cancer, and I was just like, throughout all that time, he was filming and, doing all these sorts of work, and he was diagnosed with cancer. It was just very, he was a true superhero. He proved that you could also be a hero in the movie and also outside the movie. We not only did I look up to him, but many others did, even children did. We all mourned his death, and we still do.
To be a king.
Somebody, come on down. Bring your paintbrush. We painting the town. Oh, there's some sweetness going round.
Hey guys, we're back again today and we are baking Tiana's beignets in honor of Black History Month. So I gathered all of the ingredients. It was tough. Anyways, then I mixed the half and half milk. It stanked. And then I mixed in the yeast and I mixed that together. Yeah, and it looked really, really weird. This is me waiting for it to bubble up. So then I added in the sugar and some flour and then I mixed it. And then I added in the egg and then the melted butter and then some more flour. And then I mixed it even more. And then this is me putting it into a bowl because I had to put it inside of a slightly oiled bowl. And then I covered said bowl with plastic wrap. And then I put it into an oven with a light on and then I let it rise for 2 hours. And then the next day I got really tired. The next day I rolled it out and now I'm cutting it out into the desired shape, which is obviously a rectangle. And then I fried them. And then I put honey on top you guys want this recipe, be sure to hit me up on Teams, Sidney Price. And then I put some powdered sugar. And then I tried them, obviously, and oh my goodness, they were delicious.
Alright, so today I'll be talking about Black inventors, and I'll be talking about 3. And the first one, his name is George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was an American archaeologist, scientist, and inventor who promoted alternative crops to cotton and methods to prevent depletion. He was a predominant scientist in the early 20th century. He was born on, my bad, I should have said this first. He was born on January 1st, 1864. He died on January 5th, 1943. His nickname was the Peanut Man. And what he invented numerous products for like sweet potatoes, including edible flour, vinegar, and non-food items such as stain dyes, paints, and writing ink. And including he kind of made the peanut too, so yeah. And so yeah, that's one of them. Let's get into number 2. Okay, well, you see me in a different outfit now because it's kind of later into the day, but let's get into it. Second Black inventor. His name is Garrett Morgan. He was born on March 4th, 1877. He died on July 27th, 1963. And Garrett Morgan, his full name is Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. He was an American inventor, businessman, and community leader. He had notable inventions were a 3-piston traffic light, and he made a smoke hood notably used in a 1916 tunnel construction, disaster rescue. And the last thing that he created too, fun fact, he created the gas mask. So yeah. Okay, so this one is on, last but not least, is on my boy Louis Howard Latmire. He was born on September 4th, 1848, and died on December 11th, 1928. Louis Howard Latmire was an American inventor and patent draftsman for the patents of the incandescent light bulb. Among other inventions, his house is located near Latmire Projects in a historic house located at 3441 137th Street in Flushing, Queens, New York City. And what he invented was basically a light bulb. And in the description it says, in the early 1880s, yeah, there we go, Latmire received patents for sub-inventions surrounding the light bulb and electric lamps. His most famous patent was the process of manufacturing carbons, which was improved production method for carbon filaments used in light bulbs. So it was basically like a more advanced light bulb. So yeah, man, that's what he invented. And thanks for listening. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys later.